What would you do if a young man's life depended solely on your verdict? This question sets the stage for the riveting courtroom drama, 12 Angry Men. In this film, we delve into the complexities of the justice system, witnessed through the eyes of 12 jurors. These jurors are tasked with deciding the fate of a teenager accused of murder. The entire narrative unfolds within the confines of a single stifling jury room. This setting is not just a backdrop, it's a crucible where personalities clash, biases are revealed, and the immense burden of the task at hand becomes palpably intense. As the story progresses, the room seems to shrink, the air thickens, and every word spoken carries the weight of a life hanging in the balance. The jurors, each bringing their own history, beliefs, and prejudices, create a dynamic that challenges the very concept of justice and fairness. Imagine the weight of such a decision as we delve deeper into this cinematic masterpiece. In a room where every voice counts, who are these men tasked with delivering justice? In the sweltering heat of a cramped jury room, 12 ordinary men embody the extraordinary task of determining another man's fate. 12 Angry Men, directed by Sidney Lumet, is a masterclass in character-driven narrative, brought to life by a remarkable ensemble cast. Each juror, distinct in background and belief, not only debates the guilt of a young defendant, but also confronts his own prejudices and moral compass. At the forefront is Henry Fonda as Juror 8. Calm and resolute, he is the voice of reason in a sea of hasty judgment. Fonda's portrayal is subtle yet powerful, advocating for the sanctity of reasonable doubt. His character stands as a beacon of integrity, urging his fellow jurors to scrutinize the evidence before jumping to conclusions. Opposing him is Lee J. Cobb as Juror 3, a man whose personal vendettas cloud his judgment. Cobb delivers a compelling performance, encapsulating the fury and frustration of a father estranged from his son, which he inadvertently projects onto the young defendant. His intense confrontations with Fonda underscore the film's central conflict: emotion versus evidence. E.G. Marshall's Juror 4 represents the epitome of logic and detachment. His analytical approach to the case brings a cold, yet necessary perspective to the proceedings. Meanwhile, Jack Klugman, as Juror 5, adds depth to the narrative with his background from a poor urban environment, which helps him relate to the defendant in ways other jurors cannot. Each juror's backstory and personal biases intricately weave into their decision-making process, reflecting broader societal issues. The diversity of their views, from the biases of Ed Begley's bigoted Juror 10 to the meekness of John Fiedler's Juror 2, paints a vivid picture of mid-20th century America, its divisions, and its attempts to find common ground. With such vivid characters, the jury room becomes a battleground of ideologies. Now let's navigate the twists and turns of the jury's debate. In the claustrophobic confines of a jury room, 12 men are tasked with deciding the fate of a young man accused of murder. As the deliberations begin, an initial vote reveals a staggering imbalance. 11 jurors vote guilty, with only one, Juror 8, played by the compelling Henry Fonda, standing alone with a vote of not guilty. This singular act of dissent sets the stage for the unfolding drama. Juror 8 does not claim the accused is innocent, but underscores the importance of reasonable doubt. His calm and reasoned approach begins to unravel the certainties of the other jurors. The first major turning point comes with a simple yet effective demonstration. Juror 8 presents a similar knife to the one used in the murder, previously declared unique by the prosecution. This revelation shakes the foundation of the prosecution's case, planting seeds of doubt. The debates intensify, with each juror peeling back layers of their own biases and beliefs. A pivotal moment occurs when Juror 8 asks the jurors to consider the testimony of an elderly witness who claimed to have heard the crime and seen the accused flee. Juror 8 questions the feasibility of this testimony by timing how long it would take the old man, hampered by a stroke, to walk the distance he claimed. This reenactment within the jury room not only casts doubt on the witness's reliability, but also highlights the importance of scrutinizing every piece of evidence. As the hours wear on, the atmosphere thickens with tension and heated exchanges. Each juror's personal history and prejudices come to light, influencing their perspectives and votes. Slowly, the scales of justice tip as more jurors change their votes to not guilty, swayed by the compelling arguments and demonstrations of Juror 8. As tensions rise, each juror confronts his own prejudices and preconceptions. What does it take to sway a room full of convinced minds? This question lies at the heart of 12 Angry Men, a film that masterfully explores the intricate dynamics of justice, democracy, and moral responsibility. At the center of this narrative whirlwind is Juror 8, portrayed with compelling conviction by Henry Fonda. Unlike his peers, who are quick to deliver a guilty verdict, Juror 8 insists on the sanctity of reasonable doubt. His steadfastness is not just a personal crusade, it is a testament to the democratic ideal that every voice deserves a hearing, every angle consideration. As the story unfolds within the confines of a stifling jury room, the film transforms this space into a microcosm of society. Here, each juror brings not only their personal background, but their biases and assumptions to the table. Juror 8's calm and methodical approach to the evidence begins to unravel the certainties of his fellow jurors. His questions are like pebbles thrown into the stagnant waters of complacency, creating ripples that challenge the status quo. The power of 12 Angry Men lies in its ability to turn the mundane into the monumental. The jurors' deliberations, under Juror 8's influence, become a larger commentary on the importance of justice and thorough deliberation. It's a resonant reminder that in the quest for justice, patience and thoughtfulness are virtues that can often lead to truth. The climax of the film is as tense as it is transformative. As each juror faces their prejudices and confronts their reasons, the unanimous verdict of not guilty is reached. This pivotal moment is not just about the acquittal of the accused, it fundamentally reshapes the moral landscapes of the jurors involved. In the end, it's not just about the boy on trial, but about each juror's moral judgment. The verdict they reach transcends the immediate. It reflects a collective awakening to the profound responsibility that comes with the power to determine another's fate. Decades later, why does 12 Angry Men continue to resonate with audiences worldwide? This film, crafted in the late 50s, transcends its era to deliver a message that is as relevant today as it was then. At its core, 12 Angry Men is a profound exploration of the judicial process, a system that holds the fate of individuals in its hands. It dives deep into the mechanics of a jury room, spotlighting the immense responsibility borne by those who serve. But what makes it timeless is its unflinching portrayal of civic duty, urging every citizen to engage deeply and thoughtfully with the truth, irrespective of the personal cost. The movie masterfully demonstrates that the judicial process is not just a legal obligation, but a moral one. Each juror's vote can drastically alter another person's life, highlighting the gravity and the weight of civic responsibility. This aspect of the film encourages viewers to reflect on their own biases and the potential impact of these prejudices on their decisions. It's a stark reminder that justice should be impartial and fair, yet it's often swayed by human flaws and societal pressures. Moreover, 12 Angry Men serves as a critique of the systemic flaws that can permeate the judicial system. It exposes how personal biases, whether they stem from past experiences, societal norms, or inherent prejudices, can cloud judgment. The film challenges the audience to question and confront these biases, not only in the context of the judicial system, but in everyday life decisions. The narrative of 12 Angry Men also promotes the importance of critical thinking. It endorses the notion that truth isn't always straightforward or easy to accept, but requires rigorous scrutiny and relentless questioning. The film encourages a pursuit of truth that is thorough and devoid of assumptions, urging individuals to look beyond the obvious and challenge the status quo. As we reflect on 12 Angry Men, we are reminded of the power and responsibility that come with a single vote. This film remains a compelling reminder of the impact one can have when they choose to speak out, to disagree, and to seek justice, making it eternally significant in any discussion about the values we cherish in our society today. As we close our discussion on this timeless narrative, let's encapsulate what makes 12 Angry Men a cinematic gem. This film, through its confined setting and intense dialogue, brilliantly captures a high-stakes emotional and intellectual drama that unfolds entirely within a jury room. Each character, distinct and meticulously crafted, contributes to a riveting examination of prejudice, logic, and the human condition. We've navigated through the intricate plot twists and the profound turning points that not only drive the story but also enhance the dramatic tension. These elements collectively underscore the film's powerful impact on legal and cultural discussions, prompting audiences to reflect on the broader themes of justice and moral responsibility. 12 Angry Men remains a vital touchstone in cinema, its narrative resonating through decades as a compelling discourse on the complexities of justice. It challenges viewers to consider not just the facts before them, but the underlying human biases and societal pressures that shape our perceptions and decisions. Thank you for joining me in revisiting 12 Angry Men, a film that challenges us to think deeply about the mechanisms of justice and our role within them.